The next thing I'm going to show you how to use is the discussion section, which is under materials. So I'm going to go ahead in here and I'll show you one that I've already had. So students in my grade 7 class, I asked them the question, what does it mean to you to be a digital citizen, which is something we talk about in tech class. And I asked them to watch 2 videos, which I posted as links here. And again, I said there are no right or wrong answers, but they'll be graded on their participation, so meaning sort of the quality of the discussion they would have. So you can see all their answers are posted down here. One person posts something and then the reply kind of gets indented the same way that you've probably seen happen in discussion forums on the internet. And you can scroll down. What's really neat is I can filter by user, so I can see that this person has 5 comments, someone else has 2. I can click on their name, and then when I scroll down, I can see it highlights them. So there we go, and I can see what they've said. So if I'm trying to find a specific student and see what they wrote, I can do that, and then I can click here, and I can grade it. So give it a mark. This particular one was graded out of 100, so but you could grade it out of 10 or 5 or 1 or whatever you wanted. So I could go ahead and just put in a mark here. I could even throw in a comment, nice work, and say submit. And it saves that. So the nice thing about this is you obviously don't have to grade discussions, but I find, for me anyway, it's a good way of getting extra marks in from your students and encouraging participation because they can see what has been marked. I can see statistics about this particular discussion, so I can see the average grades. So this is an MYP scale here, so I've got a lot hovering around a 4-, some 5, some 5+. I got a 0 there. That's someone who didn't participate. I'm going to close that. So they didn't receive a mark for this. Let's see how to create a discussion. So I'm going to go under materials. I'm going to say discussions, and I'm going to say add discussion. So under here, I'm going to say I might post a question as my title. So which computer is, and then I could put a description under here where I might explain a little bit more about what I'm asking them to do. And I could even add a file. So let's say I want them to react to some text or a song. I could upload a song. So here's an MP3. I could attach that so they might listen to the song and explain its meaning. I could link to, again, something on the internet. So maybe I find a resource that explains how entropy works, and I could paste it here and then give it a title and say attach. And I could give a due date. So let's say this discussion was something I want to finish by this Friday. I could set that. And if I want to be able to grade it, it'll show up in my grade book and I can enable grading. I could give it a maximum number of points. Let's say I'm just giving a participation mark. I might just give it out of 1. So 1 is you did it, 0 is you didn't. I can put this under class discussion. It goes there automatically, and I can go into more grading options, say what term it's under. I can give it MYP levels. I can give it A+, A-, and I could give it a factor. Again, this is the weighting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you decide it should be. And then I say create. So now I have a discussion. That'll show up automatically for my students. They'll see it in their feed. And then they'll go ahead and participate in that. And then one of the nice things is you can participate in the discussion too to try and steer it in the direction you want to go or make students think more deeply about what they're talking about. I don't need to create a separate assignment for this. It automatically creates a space in my gradebook for this discussion. So I don't need to create a separate discussion and a separate assignment. This discussion now counts as an assignment, and it'll be in my gradebook automatically. And that's how you make a discussion.